Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Capital Area School Development Association Virtual College Fair. I'd like to thank you all for joining us here today. Just a few housekeeping items before we do get started. There is a Q&A button feature located at the bottom of your screen, which you can use to ask questions to our presenters at any time during the session. If you do have questions for a specific college, be sure to name that college within your question. Your camera and microphone are turned off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. And this is just one of many sessions happening today and tomorrow afternoon as well. So definitely go out there and sign up for more. This presentation is also being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same site where you registered. Now, without further ado, I'll turn it over to our first college, which is Brock University.
Perfect, thank you so much. Just share my screen here. Okay, so hopefully everyone can see my screen okay. So my name is Chantel and I am an international recruitment officer for Brock University. So Karen Dancy unfortunately is under the weather, so I'll be providing the presentation today. But if you do have questions after today, feel free to reach out directly to Karen. Her email is listed here on the screen. So Brock University is located in Canada in the province of Ontario. We are considered to be a mid-sized university. So just over 19,000 students are currently studying with us from over 100 countries represented. In terms of our programs, we have over 70 undergrad programs that you can look to apply for. So Brock University is located in Canada, as I mentioned. So here is a map of Canada. We are based in Southern Ontario. So we are just south of Toronto, about an hour drive from Toronto. We are based in the city of St. Catharines, which is 20 minutes away from the beautiful Niagara Falls and 30 minutes away from Buffalo, New York in the US. So in terms of why you may want to choose Canada as a destination, I just have a few reasons here. So for one, we do offer internationally recognized degrees. So your degree will be recognized when you bring it back to your home country. We are also publicly funded. So over 75 universities here in Canada are publicly funded, which means that we have high standards in terms of the quality of education you will be receiving. Affordable is another aspect. So when you're comparing us to some other destinations, our tuition fees are around $22,000 US per year. You also are eligible to apply for FAFSA at Brock. We do have paid co-op opportunities in Canada, which allows students to get paid work experience alongside their degree. So that's something that's very unique. You can also work while you study. So with your study permit, you can work part-time on or off campus for up to 20 hours. And you will be eligible for a post-graduation work permit, allowing you to stay and work in Canada for up to 3 years. So here is a picture of our campus. We are located on top of the Niagara Escarpment, part of the UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. It's a very green campus. All of our academic buildings, residence buildings are located right here on campus. At first glance, it looks quite large. It's really not that big. It takes about 10 minutes to walk from one side of the campus to the other. So in terms of why we see international students choosing Brock, these are the top 5 reasons. So safety is really big for us, really big for Canada. We're located in Niagara, which is one of the safest regions here in Canada. We also have affordable living. So this can definitely save you some money in your pocket. So because we're further away from the big city of Toronto, you'll be able to find affordable living options on or off campus. And on average, a 1-bedroom apartment is 67% less expensive than living in Toronto. We do offer personalized international student support as well in our office to help students along the way transitioning to academic, language, and social programming. We've got career-driven programming, so some unique programs to Brock. We've got game design, public health, sport management, and we do have one of the highest employment rates in Canada, with just over 96% of our students finding work after receiving their degree. Lots of ways to get involved. We offer experiential learning for 100% of our undergrad degrees to make sure that you are preparing yourself for a career. We've got global opportunities. You can do an exchange. We also have something called a Med Plus and Law Plus program you can apply for alongside your degree, which is a co-curricular activity in order to get students either connected within the medical field or the law field. In terms of our programs, we've got them all listed here. We don't have time to go through all of them today, but if you go on the website, you'll be able to review each individual program. So you'll see our faculties. We've got health sciences, education, business, humanities, fine arts, mathematics and sciences, as well as social science programs. So there's something for everyone. In terms of our admission requirements, so we've got 3 entry periods. You can look to start with us in January, May, or September. We are currently taking applications still for September for anyone who would like to apply. So please make sure you're submitting your application soon. Typically, we look at around a B average coming out of your final year of high school. We are not looking at SATs, ACTs, those are not required. Most of our programs are strictly looking at academics. There's a small handful that will require a supplementary. So once you apply to Brock, you'll get an email from us to activate your Brock portal, and that's where you go on to upload your transcripts. Once all your documents have been submitted to us, those unofficial transcripts, we'll be able to assess you for admission. So your letter of acceptance will get posted directly onto your Brock portal. If you're applying from a university or college, you will be assessed for transfer credits. Feel free to take a virtual tour. There's a link here if you would like to see the campus. And finally, stay connected with us. So this is our social media platform. And if you would like to book a meeting with us, you can do so here by scanning the QR code. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much for giving us that presentation. Up next, we have Duke Quenching University.
Okay, let me just share this quickly. Alrighty, well, thank you guys for joining us today. My name is Emily Gruby, and I am a Global Recruitment Officer from Duke Kunshan University in China. I know we don't have much time to get into too many details during these 6 minutes, so I do want to let you know that I have a QR code on each of the slides that links to our virtual campus tours and information sessions that of course go a little bit longer than 6 minutes. And our virtual campus tours are actually led by current students. So it's just a great way to, one, see campus, but also to connect with someone who actually goes to Duke Quenching. So DKU is a joint venture institution that Duke University here in Durham, North Carolina, opened up in Quenching, China. You do spend most of your time in China. All classes are taught in English, though. You don't have to know any Chinese prior to attending. However, you do have the opportunity to spend a semester at Duke as well in Durham, North Carolina, and you'll graduate with degrees from both Duke and Duke Quenching University. So in case you haven't heard of Kunshan before, it is a small city by Chinese standards, but it's still about 2 million people. So there's a lot going on there. Plus, it's about 20 minutes via high-speed train from both Suzhou and Shanghai. Suzhou is about the population of New York City, and of course, Shanghai is one of the biggest cities in the world. So our students definitely take advantage of the location to explore the different cities, to go into see nightlife in Shanghai, to go out to eat, to go on field trips with their faculty members. There's all sorts of ways to get off campus and really explore the local area. So, Duke decided to open up this joint venture institution to really kind of like reinvent the traditional notion of liberal arts and sciences education. And we've done so by creating a really experiential and interdisciplinary curriculum. So all of our majors, which I'll give you a preview of in just a little bit, all of those are blended disciplines where you choose both a major and a disciplinary track. And they all kind of stem out of arts and humanities, social sciences, and natural sciences. But no matter what you're majoring in, you'll take classes in all 3 of those academic divisions. We only have classes Monday through Thursday, so this is kind of where that experiential component comes in. Fridays are really meant for co-curricular education, whether that be research with a faculty member, field trips with professors, travel opportunities, career treks into Shanghai or Suzhou. There's all sorts of opportunities to utilize those Fridays. We also have a pretty innovative semester schedule too. This is kind of where that hybrid between the US and China comes in, because we do follow somewhat Duke's academic calendar, where we go from August to December as a fall semester. Then there's a winter break and you come back from January to May. However, each semester is split into 2 7-week terms. So you're not taking quite as many classes at a time, and you're able to really dive into those subjects. Plus, you get all of these different Chinese holidays off, which I know our students really enjoy to utilize those to travel around China and other parts of Asia as well. We currently have over 60 student organizations. So we are, I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, we are a new institution. We just opened in 2013 and just started bringing in undergrads a few years ago. So this is, basically our first 3 undergrad classes have formed these 60 plus student organizations that range from Model UN to different club sports to an LGBT student organization to cooking club, all sorts of stuff. And of course, there's a lot of support for you to start a new student organization if you see fit. So I'd like to remind students that it is a pretty small campus. I mean, we have currently about 1,000 students, but again, we're not at full capacity yet. But even at full capacity, we'll only have about 2,000 undergraduates. Those classes are all taught in English, and we do have a 7-to-1 student faculty ratio. So there's a big emphasis on mentorship relationships between faculty and students. And we also have complete academic freedom. So you may, think of China as being pretty censored when it comes to, what can be discussed in the classroom. However, as a joint venture, we do have that special privilege to be able to talk about whatever we want. We also have free and open internet. So websites that are typically blocked in China are not blocked at DKU, which really helps for those like collaborative learning experiences. These are the majors that I mentioned. So, again, very interdisciplinary. The underlined terms are the individual majors, and the hollow bullet points underneath are the disciplinary tracks that you choose from. So I give you this information now, but you actually don't declare your major until the end of your sophomore year anyways. So there's plenty of time to take exploratory courses, really figure out what you want to study. And even on top of that, like about 1/3 of your courses are elective. So there's a lot of room in your schedule to explore many areas. We currently have students from over 50 nationalities in these first 3 classes, so very diverse group of students. At least 51% of our students do have to come from China, so the majority of our students are Chinese, but the rest are coming from all over the world. Like I said, over 50 nationalities and 6 continents represented. We are on the Common App. It is a free application, and that'll open in August again. We do have 2 application rounds. The first is early decision, which will be due sometime early November, and then regular decision in early January. All students who apply will automatically be considered for merit-based aid, and you just need to submit your CSS profile to be considered for need-based aid as well. If you are considering applying to Duke University in the US as well, we do have a checkbox option too. So if you're already applying to Duke, you can just check that box and have your application forwarded to us. But do note that there is an application fee for Duke's application. So if you're not already applying to Duke, definitely just apply through the Common App. Alrighty, well, thank you so much. And again, reach out with any questions, and I hope that you'll take advantage of some of our longer info sessions and campus tours as well. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that presentation. As a reminder for our attendees, if you do have questions, don't hesitate to put those into the Q&A down below. Up next, we have American College Dublin.
Hello, everyone. I'm just going to start sharing my screen. Alrighty. Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah, and I am an admissions representative from the American College of Dublin. Just to give you all a heads up, I will be referring to the school as ACD. That's kind of what we call it, just to shorten it up a little, but I didn't want to confuse anyone. So I wanted to start off the presentation today by showing you this really great picture. It's one of my favorites of the city. And if you bring your view to the back of the picture, you will see a church. That is St. Anne's Church. And that is where students at ACD and other schools in the city will have their formal graduation ceremony. So there's something to look forward to a little further down the road. Now, if you bring your view to the rest of the picture and to the forefront of it, you'll see the street, and you'll see that there's a lot going on. There's plenty of stores, restaurants, pubs, libraries, a lot of great, cool little areas to discover. And I will talk to you a bit more a little later in the presentation about how much we like to emphasize you exploring the city and getting out and learning as much as you can. So first off, ACD is an Irish American university, which means that we uphold the standards of accrediting bodies from both Ireland and the United States through Quality and Qualifications of Ireland and the Middle States Commission on Higher Education. So what this means for our students is that they can pick the path that they feel best suits them. So through the Quality and Qualifications Ireland, you will be able to take a 3-year path to get your undergraduate degree. Also, what we see a lot of our students doing is taking that 3-year path and then getting their master's actually in 1 year. So what their peers in the US will be doing in 4 years, you would have the opportunity to, come out of that 4 years, even having a master's program as well. And so through the Middle States, you would do the standard 4-year path, and you would be taking classes both in your degree and more exploratory elective classes as well. So our small interactive lectures, ACD is a fairly small school, and we do this because we want our lectures to be typically less than 20 students. The last time I was out there was before Corona kind of started, and I was able to sit in on a few lectures and found it was more 7 to 12 students in a class. And this arrangement facilitates an extremely interactive experience between everyone in the classroom. So we aim for the classroom experience to be extremely interactive. We don't want it to just be the professor speaking at the students, but we want it to be more of a conversation. We find that our professors love breakout groups, so you'll be speaking with your peers and other students in the classroom, and not just the professor. So Dublin is your campus. So like I mentioned before, Dublin is a city with a lot to explore, and we are located right in the heart of the city, right on Marion Square. The National Museum is about a 1-minute walk from from ACD. So right off the bat, just in our small circle, there's a lot to see for our students. We like to say that we want our students to take in, a ton in the classroom and learn as much as they can, but then to go out into the city and find those things in real life so you can kind of have that very well-rounded, wholesome educational experience where you kind of have that aha moment. So these are the programs that we offer. We have the 3-year Bachelor's in International Business and Liberal Arts, and that would be through the Quality and Qualifications Ireland. And then the 4-year BA in International Business, Hospitality Management, Event Management, and Liberal Arts. And then a 4-year BFA in Musical Theater, Performance, and Creative Writing. Another thing that we are really excited for are these internship modules that we're doing. A lot of these big companies like Facebook and Google have their international headquarters in Dublin. So this internship module are capstone modules for the following courses. And we find these to be so important for our students because it gives you an opportunity to participate in an internship in a business environment. So once you graduate from the school, you will already have a leg up on some of your peers having this real life experience. So our admissions process really welcomes applicants from every corner of the globe. And because of this, our requirements are aimed at gathering a holistic view of the applicant. What we're really aimed at doing is getting to know who you are as a student and a person and what drives you and what your passions are. So because of this, what's required is a minimum 2.0 GPA verified by transcript, and then a personal statement or a cover letter that describes why you would like to study your chosen area at ACD. So as an applicant, this would really be your time to shine. And this would be your opportunity to let us know all of the things that make you who you are as a student and a person. So we want to hear everything about you that you think rounds you out as a student. The rest of these are optional. So an SAT or AC test scores, any AP test scores, recognition or awards, or publications. So if you want to accept them, we'll be happy to take a look. But if not, that will not count against you. Here's the tuition, 9,000 euro for non-European students. And then for BFA, it would be 9,500 euro, just because you have a bit more spaces where your classes take place. And I will put my information in the chat, but if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you for giving us that presentation. Up next, we have John Cabot University.
All right, thank you very much. Let's get this started. So my name is Ramsey. I'm an admissions counselor for John Cabot University, but I also graduated from there close to 4 years ago. But John Cabot is an American university in the heart of Rome, and by American, I mean that we are an American accredited. So you can definitely take that degree from us and bring it back to the US, just like any other American accredited university in the US. A few things to know right off the bat. We are a small liberal arts institution in Rome, in the heart of Rome, as in we are directly in between the Vatican and the Colosseum. I can tell you from my experience there. They're both walkable. So pretty cool, very small, like small student body, but we're big in terms of, you're going to be meeting people from all around the world. We have students from over 70 countries. So you get that small college feel, but you're still in Rome, so you get the big city resources. 15-to-1 student to professor ratio, that makes the biggest difference. I can tell you from my experience. I mean, you really get to know your professors. But yeah, I'll touch on the campuses, and I also have a QR code at the end if you guys are writing notes. Don't, because this will have everything I'm talking about. But so some things that kind of set us aside, I think that our on-site learning and learning by doing can be summed up by experiential learning, learning through your experiences, of course, which is, in my opinion, by far the best way to be learning. If you can actually go out into the city and, go to the museum or go to the piece of art or go to, the land site where this happened and actually see it or feel it or touch it, it's a lot better than just reading about it in a textbook. And Rome has so much to offer. It's just such a good resource to have as a student. So the professors love taking the students outside of class and, going to the piazza or the museum, whatever it may be for that specific class. Our professors really reflect our student body very well in that they're from so many different backgrounds from all around the world. And, I always say that you're not just learning from your professors, but you're learning from the people around you constantly. So having that diversity in the classroom is a very important piece of education. But of course, COVID is a thing. We have been in hybrid in person for the fall and spring, and we're hoping to do a lot better for fall 2021. We're being very lenient with all tuition refunds and, deposits, whatever it may be. We're trying to be, as nice as possible, of course, because we know that things can be very difficult. But yeah, fall 2021, we're going to be in person. So we have 14 majors and 19 minors. I studied communications when I was there, and I minored in humanistic studies. And we also have a bunch of support services. Writing Center was very helpful for me. You do a lot of writing in a liberal arts institution, so having some English professors to help you out through those writer's block, it's very convenient. Here are a list of majors. We also have this list as minors and a few others like philosophy and mathematics. But yeah, if you guys have questions about specific ones, please let me know in the chat. Something that's big at John Cabot is our career services. So we have partnerships with over 650 companies in and outside of Rome. And we hold 3 career fairs every year where we invite some of these companies to the campus, and you can actually put yourself in this professional environment, interact with them, see what they're looking for in an applicant. And these are some, Rome is Rome. It's a very multicultural and, metropolitan hub of the world. So there's a lot of different organizations in there in Rome, and lots of different opportunities. So by putting yourself not only in a professional environment, but an internationally professional environment is very important. I think the world is only getting more and more international. But as you can see, over 80% of our students who get an interview actually get the position because we have a long-standing relationship with these companies. But because we're not a giant school, we do put a lot into our student-led clubs and organizations. We have everything from fashion club to photography, grassroots. There's newspaper club, theater society. So I think there's something for everyone. I was in the film and photography club, but it really reflects Rome. I think there's something for everyone in Rome and also John Cabot. Our trips and activities, again, we go back to using our environment. I mean, it's just so nice. Italy is amazing. I don't have to tell you that. We do day trips and even weekend trips to further places around Rome. Some of these places you can't really get to without John Cabot's help because you need a car or something like that. So it's very convenient. Bunch of different activities that are also involved in the Italian culture, learning how to cook, pizza, pasta, this and that, language courses. We do have athletics, so soccer is our biggest sport over there because it's Italy, of course, but we do have basketball and volleyball and cheerleading even, so it's a nice mix between, American and Italian culture. But yeah. So our tuition is just under $27,000 for the year, and that's including the health insurance and the meal plan. And that's without any scholarships. We do take the FAFSA because we are an American institution, and then we have our own merit-based and need-based scholarships. Our biggest merit-based scholarship is $9,500 a year, and of course that's a huge help. And as you can see over here on the left, 85% of our students get some sort of scholarship from us, so it's very likely you get some help from JCU. But so run quickly because I'm running out of time through some pictures. Our campus is like an urban campus, so a few buildings near each other in the city of Rome, but within 2-3 minutes walking. And they're all like our Guarini campus is our oldest building. Lots of terraces to look out over Rome. This is our library and our auditorium are here. Tiber campus is another short walk down the river. has our cafeteria, a bunch of classrooms. And then we also have our own art studio. We do have housing, so that's more apartment style and less of what you might be used to in the US. Bigger, you'll have a small kitchen and maybe a small balcony, but a few different options there. It's kind of nice. You kind of feel like a local right away. And then we also have a fitness center and, full gym that I definitely used a lot. People ask how do they apply, but it's just like applying to any other American institution. We're on the Common App, letters of recommendation, and an interview most likely with me because I'm the US admissions counselor. But that's my time. Thank you guys for coming today. If you wanted to scan the QR code really quick and follow us on the socials. But yeah, let me know if you guys have some questions in the Q&A. Thanks.
Thank you so much for your presentation. As a final reminder to our participants, if you do have questions, we're here to answer them. So definitely drop those into Q&A down below. Up next, we have La Roche.
Hi, everybody. Okay, let me share my screen. So my name is Rihanna Peasy, and I am the admission counselor for the Northeast for Les Roches, an international business school focusing on hospitality management in Switzerland and in Spain. We have a saying at Les Roches, it's not just a school, it's a way of life. And I do believe that. The hospitality industry is changing. We have always had these 4 pillars, hotel resorts, restaurants and bars, events, and travel. And that really has been the industry for the last, I would say, 45 to 50 years. Now we have a totally different experience. So if you are a student who is looking for an international experience, this is called the new experience economy. So this is just a little taste of some of the alumni that we have that have graduated from Les Roches and where they're working. So it's not hotels anymore, and it's not just going into F&B, which is food and beverage. There's much more involved with events, international events, luxury events, banking, of luxury, e-commerce, sports, real estate. There's so much, and we call this creating the business industry leaders. And these are just some of the ideas of the companies that actually work with our students. I'm going to explain a little bit more about the undergraduate program, but what I can share with you is that if you're really looking forward to having an international career and working with high-end, hospitality companies, this is a great school for you. And you don't have to stay in Switzerland, but that is our main campus. We also have a campus in Marbella, Costa del Sol in Spain, and in Shanghai, China. So Switzerland is amazing. It's centrally located in Europe. It's the birthplace of hospitality. We have 4 languages that are spoken in Switzerland: French, German, Italian, and Romanish. And did you know that Switzerland has more banks than dentist offices? It's the home of luxury watchmakers, and 25% is international. So we love that international population, and we love that we're different. We are ranked top 3 in the world. We have 98% of our students are employed right away. And, we have over 2,700 students. So it's not like it's similar to all the other schools you've been seeing here. It's a pretty small campus, and small classes too. So this is Kranz, Montana. What you're seeing here are living classrooms. So these are classrooms that students are going to be understanding hospitality, food and beverage, luxury, events, and we have a new innovation lab called Spark. And this is where we're using robotics, technology, green screen, AI. It's like the future, and it's amazing. Costa del Sol, Marbella is beautiful. It is 365 days of sun, and we have restaurants on campus. We have where the students are actually working. So you might be in a suit one day, and then you might be in a chef coat the other day. And we work in groups, and we also do a lot of traveling throughout our different campuses. So because we are centrally located, the weekends away are a great time to go out with your friends and travel. Costa del Sol is really luxurious. We have a lot of people holidaying there from Europe, Eastern Europe. Now, because of COVID, it's a little bit slower, but things are going to be picking back up with all those vaccines. Hurrah, hurrah. Shanghai is a beautiful campus. It's in the normal Shanghai campus, 40 minutes out of Shanghai. And again, this is where we have all the undergrad programs and postgrad. We don't offer the master's program there. Those are only in Switzerland and in Spain. So again, we have students from all over the world, 100 nationalities, And this is what the Bachelor of Business program looks like. So you can do 3.5 years in one of these campuses, or you could do a semester abroad on all the other global campuses. The best part about this program is our professional internships, 2 6-month-long professional internships. We have 2 career fairs that happen each year where over 200 companies come in and they're recruiting you for those internships and employment. And like I said, you're going to have probably 4 to 5 job offers. The other great thing about Les Roches is our specializations. We specialize in hospitality entrepreneurship, which is 35% of our students are entrepreneurs, digital marketing and strategies, hotel finance and performance management, and of course, resort development and management. And summer camps. This is great for high school students. This is a 1 week or a 2 week on our global campuses. We get to be with kids 15 to 16, 17. We don't accept anybody over 17, where you're going to be able to go to different hotels, explore the area, understand hospitality, create your own event. We're taking back of the house to some amazing 5-star resorts up in Crans, Montana. And it's amazing. We have a really phenomenal student body. And of course, we have a phenomenal area in which we can study and live. So if you want to snap a pic of that QR code, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp. And I think I'm like 45 seconds under. So that's amazing. I'm going to tell you 2 more things. If you were to start in a US university because of COVID, you're feeling like you need to stay home, you can always do a semester abroad. We either have practical courses that you can take, or you can take the business courses. So if you're in a business program, let's say in Boston or New York or wherever, you're able just to come over here for a semester abroad opportunity, which I think is really key, because it's really about that experience and having that semester abroad experience and just being able to experience new things and meet new people and really have fun. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Our final college for the session is César Ritz College in Switzerland.
Good, thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Aline. I'm the regional manager for the Swiss Education Group. As you can hear it, I'm French. So if you don't understand anything, do not hesitate to put your question in the Q&A. I'm working for the Swiss Education Group, but tonight I'm here to introduce you to César Ritz Colleges Switzerland, which is a school specializing in business and entrepreneurship. We'll remain in Switzerland, so whether you are looking to work at a 5-star hotel or at a Fortune 500 company, world-class service is always important, and that's what we teach at César Ritz Colleges. César Ritz Colleges pairs business with hospitality in a very international environment. We have students from all around the world. They learn by doing and emerge as capable decision makers. They are ready to take the reins of leadership. So if you want to develop your creativity, learn through trial and error, apply theoretical knowledge to real life situation, this might be the right school for you. But let's go back to César Ritz Colleges. Let's go back to the name. The school is very proud to shoulder and carry on the legacy of César Ritz, who is the man behind the Ritz hotels. So César Ritz accomplished a successful career in the hospitality industry. He was a pioneer and created the world's first luxury hotels. For instance, the Ritz in Paris was the first hotel in the world to have en-suite bathrooms, telephones and electricity in every room. So he was obsessed with innovation. He was obsessed with hygiene and sanitation, which is what hotels in 2021 are still trying to improve. So our students, they benefit from this learning environment steeped in this rich heritage with a strong focus on innovation and entrepreneurship. We do have 3 campuses in Switzerland, and we provide full board, accommodation, meals, iPad with all teaching material, health insurance, everything. As a bachelor students, you will have the choice to begin your studies on the lake shores of Le Bouvray in the French-speaking part of Switzerland, or in the city center of Lucerne in the German-speaking part of Switzerland. But don't worry, we teach everything in English. And you will have easy access to many destinations in Europe. That's what's peculiar to Switzerland, you are in the heart of Europe, so you get to travel around pretty quickly. And you'll finish your studies in Brick. We have a strong focus on business, and the bachelor program is offered in partnership with Washington State University, so that you bring home an American degree. And your final year, you will cumulate with the WSU Business Plan competition. So this competition provides students with the opportunity to present their entrepreneurial ideas to a panel of judges who are successful entrepreneurs themselves. Finalists get to travel to the US and compete alongside other Washington State University undergraduates from around the world. So their studies, they lead the students to a fully elaborated, realistic business plan that is ready to implement after graduation. And for further education, César colleges also offer a master program in partnership with the University of Derby in the UK. What's peculiar to César colleges, we share the campus with the Culinary Arts Academy Switzerland, so there is a synergy between the students. And we have seen several graduates launching their own business in partnership with culinary graduates. So besides, it means that students are not only learning from the king of hoteliers, César, but they are also dining like kings. Just to show you a bit more of the life on campus, we also offer experiential learning with showmanship, tea tasting, virtual reality, table setting competition, sustainable science. We have bees on campus in Le Bouvray, so honey and beekeeping, hotel fragrance creation, soap making. So if you belong to those who take on an active step towards sustainability, you will be happy to hear that César has the prestigious Green Globe certification. So the school has implemented sustainable practices in the everyday life. We want our students who are future leaders of tomorrow to take on this knowledge with them and spread better ways of doing business. César is a proud member, as I mentioned, of Swiss Education Group. This is one of the largest private education group in Switzerland. So the benefits of being part of a larger group include a global community of students and alumni. We have one of the largest alumni networks in the industry. You will have access to the International Recruitment Forum and personalized career services, unique partnerships, internship opportunities all around the globe. So in fact, you'll have a chance to meet your future employer at our International Recruitment Forum. This is basically a job and career fair conducted twice a year. And this event allows students to meet the top leaders in the hospitality, business and culinary world, so that can learn about organizations, job vacancies, and apply on the spot for interviews with potential employers. So this is an excellent networking opportunity, plus the occasion to find an internship. So just to sum up, César is the perfect place to immerse yourself in the Swiss life, and you'll discover the beautiful nature, learn about business, live hospitality. So are you up to the challenge? I'm just leaving here my contact details. You can also scan the QR code if you want to contact me directly. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you everyone for giving us wonderful presentations and more information about your respective institutions. I'm going to bring back all of our panelists to answer a question for you guys to give you a little bit more insight to their favorite things that they offer. So the question we'll be answering is, what is your favorite event or tradition on your campus? And we're going to start with Brock University.
Okay, fantastic. So there's lots of great activities. What I'd say is my favorite is our annual Grape Stomp. So something that's really unique to Brock is that we are right in the wine industry. There's over 100 wineries in the area. So in the fall, we do an annual Grape Stomp on campus. There's a big tarp. We put the grapes down, students stomp on it. There's music, the president attends. So it's a tradition that we have here, and it's a lot of fun.
Do Quenching?
Yeah, so we're a pretty new institution, so we don't have a ton of traditions, but we do bring all of our admitted students to Quenching in April of their senior year if they've been accepted to the university. Of course, this is in non-pandemic times, but typically we are able to bring our students to campus and give them the opportunity to meet with current students and sit in on some sample classes. So I think that's something that's really, really special because we do know that moving to China for college is a big decision.
American College Dublin.
So we know that, we have a lot of students coming from the US. So my favorite tradition is that we do have like a little Thanksgiving dinner. So, you never lose that feeling of being at home.
John Cabot.
Yeah, I think I always, for this question, I say we have an event. It's kind of like a gala, and you get to dress up super fancy, and we hold it at this villa that's basically at the top of Rome, and you get to see the entire city. And I don't think I'll ever get to do that again. So that was a pretty cool experience that John Cabot provided.
La Roche.
Oh my gosh, the best event that we do every year is the cultural night. And so we have over 100 nationalities on our campus with people from all over the world. So every culture gets to create a performance and we all get to go watch. And that's where the students really get to understand different cultures. And it's just a night of food and music and lots of wine.
César.
Apart from all the banquets that the students organize, I would say that the Sports Day is a very interesting event where all the campuses and all the students gather to compete in volleyball, soccer, basketball, and cheerleading as well. So very nice event.
Wonderful. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a 4-question survey, and we'll appreciate any feedback you can give us. This is also just one of many sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for additional ones as well. And in about a week, this session's recording will be at the same site where you registered. Again, thank you for joining us and have a good evening.